Greetings, my fellow members of the body of Christ, especially the ones in Nigeria, Africa, and beyond. So there's a long-standing narrative that needs to be addressed. That musicians are wayward people. They don't pray. They don't give offering in church. They are thieves because they collect salary. They jump from church to church and all other things related. Unfortunately, these narratives were dished out by people who have little or no knowledge of what it means to make good music, and they are part of the equation. Let me start by saying that every bad behavior has nothing to do with profession. I'm aware that some musicians misbehave, as well as some pastors, lecturers, politicians, doctors, and many more. So it's rather a personality problem at a high rate than profession. But on a deeper level, is it really about the behavior, or the devil is doing everything possible to ensure that musicians will never be relevant, especially in the body of Christ? And even if they are to be relevant, it has to be outside of God's purpose. It is sad to see that the people whom the devil is using to enforce these narratives in order to do his bidding are Christians. We have little or no experience of what it takes to make good, solid music in church. That's why we lack the ability to honor musicians. We see music as a hobby and a tool for ministry only, but we fail to consider music as a career as well. Music is a professional course in many schools, and it takes resources to get well trained in such institutions. And when trained musicians show up in church, we see them as beggars or broke people who are heading nowhere in life. We can't imagine the pain most of them go through in order to put in the work. Emotional attacks from family and friends, no support system. Even most parents don't see them capable enough to marry their daughters simply because they do music. All these things will always lead to them having little or no interest in the music anymore. Some of them will have to do side jobs to feed. Some of them will definitely leave the church and go to another church or any secular music platform that will pay them well, just the way we also change our secular jobs for better pay. They are human beings as well. They want a better life like we all do. It is therefore hypocritical to hold them to standards we cannot meet up to. The church needs to wake up. God has blessed us with so many musicians who desire to use their gifts to advance the kingdom. We shouldn't throw them off to the other side where the devil desires to exploit them for his own agenda against the purpose of God. Honor them. Pray for them. Invest in them. Equip them for the assignment that God has for them. Aside from God's leading into a new place of assignment, I don't think any musician will want to leave a church that honors them. Some of these wrong narratives about musicians are indications of doctrinal imbalance and weak foundation of discipleship in many churches. Tell me why a musician will not give offering if the right perspective to giving is well taught. Tell me why a musician will not pray when there is a solid understanding on the efficacy of prayer. Before you blame the students, evaluate the curriculum with which they were being taught. We should learn to stop criticizing what we are majorly responsible for and go back to correcting the narratives by doing the needful. Church musicians deserve to be empowered in order to remain a blessing to the body of Christ. Thank you all, and God bless you.